Hey coaches, Coach Barry here. I wanted to work on a small area game that sort of instilled some habits in my athletes. So we're going to use the task sketch. What we're going to do is we're going to build a 2-net environment. So once again, we're going to draw around the task sketch, create that ring, and then we're going to create our 2-net environment. Beautiful. Now I'm also going to create a center line as well. So we're going to put him through the center as well. Okay. What habits I want to work on is, sort of the attack triangle and F3 staying high above the puck. I'd also want to instill in the team that's in the end zone to basically work on their breakouts. So in this game, what we're going to do is we are going to have a coach that will spot the puck. We'll add some numbers. We'll put some X's over here. We'll put some O's over here. And what we're going to do is we'll load the X's in such a way that we're going to have X, X, and X. And then we're going to have O, O, and O. Now, what's going to happen is that if the puck is spotted into this corner here, we're going to make sure the puck comes into this corner by the coach. What we then have now is a 3-man system working on a breakout. So that can be a defensive recovery, it can be a D-to-D pass, and it can be a slash. Nice and simple, really easy stuff. Now from an attacking system, so from this side of things, we're only going to allow 2 of the 3 players to cross the line. Now, once again, this can now work on things like our attack triangle because these 2 are in this end zone. This person's allowed up to the line, so now we have this attack triangle that we can work on. It can also work on from a defensive structure where we're staying above the puck. So that way, if we're putting 2 in deep, 1 stays above the puck, 1 can stay in front of net. There's lots of options that way. And basically what happens is that if these guys then beat these 2, then now what we have is generally going to be a 2v1 attacking system. And that happens a lot in our games. So we want to replicate this in a small area game. So we have something, we can have a conversation with the athletes. We can talk about what happened. We can have an understanding. They can work on their habits about creating, offense off the puck, creating support, and how they defend that as well. It's a good little game. What we're going to do is, once again, we are going to load players this way. So let's go through our constraints. First things first, you can only attack, so only 2 of the 3 players can cross the line. So constraint. Like I said, 2-3 means that we can practice on a 2-1-2 system. We can give the defensive team who's trying to break out less pressure, more support in their 3v2, and also we're teaching them to stay above the puck. Okay, so set of constraints. What we're going to do is we may set goals reset behind our net. So that basically means if the O's score, they have to reset behind the net before they can break out again. It just gives these guys a little bit more time to spend some time practicing setting up. We're going to do constraint number 3. We're going to set the game for 45 seconds. And we're also going to do, if the goal gets scored, so this is what we're going to do, the constraint, if a goal is scored, the coach will spot the puck. This means that we could actually change up the game by just spotting it in here. These guys break out. If they score again, we can either put the puck that way, they're resetting out. We can put the puck this way, giving these guys a chance to break out or a chance to break out back again. So it changes the way the game would then shift backwards and forwards. What I can do is, if this was, let's say a U11 game, and I played this game with U11s and they understand this game, no problems at all. This point, this one here is a fixed point. Same as this one here could be a fixed point. So fixed D-man. If this was U13s, I would then have them rotate and then if this was, say, U15s, I would have maybe a clock time. So that basically means is that on the rebound, all three can attack. So that means that if there's a rebound shot, this guy can step over and get involved in the shot. Just nice and easy. Great. Thank you, coaches. You have a great day.